let's face it, Fred Rogers he was quirky, and to the uninitiated, he might come off as a little creepy. But really, he looked at the worst of humanity and made himself see the best. That's what made him such a saint. His raw humanity. And this film depicts that humanity very succinctly. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which is based on an article in, of all places, Esquire magazine. Now, I don't remember much about Mr. Rogers, but I do know that he didn't treat kids as if they were less than people, you know? And honestly, from what little I remember, Tom Hanks, who's actually sixth cousins with the guy, portrayed his relative succinctly. That's the word I'm using. Um, Matt Riz, can't really tell what his name is, or tell how to pronounce his name. The guy portraying the reporter who sent to interview him, he portrays a guy who's troubled and who sort of needs a bit of a guardian angel at this point. And Rogers was that angel. The struggles that Rogers helps the guy through are very relatable, and overall, the story depicted here is very believable, and while it's not entertaining in the traditional sense, it's worth the watch. For those of you who remember Mr. Rogers, I think this is a love letter to the character, the guy, and just really everything about him. And for those of you who've never heard of him, this is a pretty decent introduction in my humble opinion. This is Mr. J signing out. And almost forgot the model work. The show was famous for its models, and the movie uses those very same models to depict not only the show's opening sequence, but also the traditional locale scenes, like buildings and cities and all that. They use models, and it is beautiful. Visually, this film is stunning. But honestly, that's just icing on top of a very well-written cake. Like I said, this might not be for everyone, but it's definitely worth the watch if you want to get to know a decent human being that sadly passed far too soon. This is Mr. J signing out. I'm reminding you, we are all each other's neighbors. Let's start treating people that way.